This little thing right here in my hand is called the Mig Switch. You've probably heard about this thing online. You may have ordered one and still not got it. You may have pre-ordered it last year, still not got it. I have one in my hands. I didn't order it. My friend did. We're gonna talk about this thing today and why I think this thing is a joke. What's up, guys? Welcome back or welcome in for the first time. If you're new here, do me a favor, jump down in the description of this video, click the link over to our podcast channel. We do a podcast over there live every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you miss it there live, you can watch it on the platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, wherever. On your way back up, make sure you subscribe to this channel. A lot of people think they are, and they are not. Now, the Mig Switch. I didn't order one of these. A lot of people did. A lot of people ordered them last year. We're gonna kind of briefly touch on this entire story. So if you've heard it already, I'm sorry. We'll make it brief. These things went up for pre-order last year. A lot of people pre-ordered them, $65. Okay, cool. It's gonna be able to take all your Switch games, basically copy them, put them on an SD card, which goes in here. You put this in your Switch, just all right here, which sounds good in theory, and it sounds like something that I might actually also be interested in. I kind of was at first until I really started looking into what this is. It's a scam, honestly. It's been a scam from the beginning, and I just feel like it's gonna get worse. We're gonna talk about that later on. So again, how I got my hands on this, I didn't pre-order this. My good friend Matt Moran down the road, he ordered one 2 weeks ago. Just randomly decided to get one, ordered it, and it just showed up. And again, people who've pre-ordered them still haven't got them. That's a whole nother thing which I just don't understand. So I went down and picked it up, and I'm not putting this in my Switch. I'm not doing anything with this with my Switch because at the moment, the only way to do anything with this right now is if you have a modded Switch. So you can't use this the way that they intend for you to use it on their website because the dumper is not available. The dumper is a big part of this, and not only was the dumper supposed to come with this for the price of $65, they took pre-orders, then said, no, sorry, actually the dumper is going to be a separate thing, which also costs $65, and basically did nothing for the people who pre-ordered. There's no price reduction, they don't get grandfathered in, nothing like that. They just said, oh yeah, you get all the stuff you need for $65, and then took the $65 and then said, no, actually you only get half. You have to give us another $65 to make this thing actually work. So there's only a few people out there with the dumper. I think it's only a few select YouTubers, and it's just random people online, which was the same as this. Random people online got this. Not people who pre-ordered it, not even really big YouTubers, just some random YouTubers just got theirs. And I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not, whatever, that's cool. They got theirs. I'm sure there was a reason, whatever it is. So now we've got the Mig Switch, we've got no dumper, and as I said, the only way to use this right now, this is useless. This is a useless product right now, unless you have a modded Switch. Even then, if you try to use this thing while you're online, there is potential for your account to be banned. So if you have any digital games in your account and you get banned, all that's gone. You no longer have those games. They are gone. Now, the point of this thing, again, is to take your physical games that you have, copy them. They have the individual codes with each game, so that's gonna go in there. And right now, it looks like you can just play them regularly. Obviously, you don't wanna have anybody else using the cartridges at the same time. That'll probably get you banned. But I don't see Nintendo not finding a way to fix this problem. Now, I know a lot of people out there are gonna say this stuff about, well, we've got these kind of things for the 3DS, we've got this stuff for whatever, that's fine. You're right, and those work, they work perfectly. But that is not the same as the Switch and the system that Nintendo has in place to check for everything online. I mean, if you have a digital game and you wanna play it at all, Nintendo requires you to check online to see if anyone else is playing it, or if you yourself have access to that game. Because I have games on my Switch that I've bought on my account that are on my kids' Nintendo Switches, and if they try to play those games from their account, won't let them. So Nintendo's not very good about this, and they're very, very protective of their IPs, of everything. They're very protective of everything. They're probably gonna figure out a way to do this. So how long will this thing even work if you get it? The entire situation to me is just very shady, and there's even more that we haven't got to yet. I'm not somebody who does a lot of emulation. I don't do Switch modding. I don't do any of that stuff. Very apparent. So this, for me, is probably not something that I would be that interested in anyway. But I still feel like for really anybody, this is just asking for trouble. Unless you have another Switch that you don't care if it gets banned or your account or whatever, if you're gonna be playing offline and you really wanna do that stuff, I can see for that use case. But honestly, when it comes to having a big physical collection and you just wanting to be able to do this, at this point, especially with the dumper not even available, even when it is available, I think it would be much easier for you to just maybe just start building a digital collection. You know, that's what I did. I have videos on it. I'll link some of those at the end. I started selling my physical games, and as I sold the physical games, I would just buy it digitally. So I never not had it. I just got the digital version. It's much easier. I have a 1 terabyte SD card. All my games are on my Switch all the time. If that's what you're worried about, maybe that's the route you should go. Again, I'll put those videos at the end so you can check them out. But there's even more to this Mig Switch drama. As I've told you, there are already people who have got these who didn't even pre-order them. There are people who have pre-ordered them that are still waiting on them. The day after this one came to my friend's house in the mail, or the day after he ordered it, one or the other, they announced the V2. Now, to get this thing to work, you have to push it in and then take it out and push it back in, and that's how it cycles games. They added a button on top, so you can press it once and it'll go to the next game. You can long press it, it'll go back. That's not a V2. That's what this should have been. This is clearly a prototype that they shouldn't have even been selling. They should not have even started selling these things when they did. And now, before any of the sales have even been shipped out, they've already got V2s out. Now, the ones who didn't get them, they're saying they are gonna get the V2s, the one with the button, which is fine for those people if they ever get them. I feel like that's just another opportunity to say, whoops, those orders got lost and now we don't know where they're at. And I don't know, I mean, at this point, I wouldn't put it past the company. But if those people do get them, great. That's wonderful for them. But what about the people like this right here? What about the people who just ordered one? Literally just ordered one. This thing just came out. And now you're telling me there's another version with a button on it that actually makes it work the way it's supposed to work without doing some janky push it in, push it out thing. What about the people who pre-ordered, who just got theirs, who maybe aren't excited about this, and now they're like, oh, cool. The V2. Right when I got mine. And they were a pre-order. It's not like they waited to the end, you know? I could see if it was somebody who maybe, you know, bought a Switch Lite or something, and then the next day they announced the OLED. Like, you waited a little too long. This is not that case. This is shady. This is all very strange. I don't recommend anybody buy this thing. Even when the dumper comes out, you know, they've already kind of screwed you. They said 65 bucks, you get them both. Now they're saying, no, that's actually not true. You have to pay $65 for this and the other thing. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. Obviously, I'm not an emulation person. I'm not somebody who does a lot of stuff with these types of things. That's another thing. I do want to mention that too. There's a whole mode on their website talking about how to do things the offline mode, which is basically like go steal games, put them on here and play offline. They try up front to make this look like it's a product that's just, you know, innocent, just for you to back your games up, but this is for piracy. That's what this is for. Again, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. That is gonna do it for this one, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching the video. Please leave a like, make sure you're subscribed, and click on this video right here if you want to change over to all digital. And we'll see you in the next one.